13-year-old found dead. Did the soccer coach do it? He damn sure was charged.
Justice to this family.
But first, breaking news, LA's DA charges a soccer coach with murder in the death of a 13-year-old boy. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Juan Fernandez. These new charges come a week after 13-year-old Oscar Omar Hernandez was reported missing and then found dead in Oxnard.
And KCAL's Luz Delia Caballero is live in downtown LA, where investigators just wrapped up a press conference where they said they are now looking for additional victims. Luz Delia.
That's right, and this is only the beginning into a likely lengthy investigation. We are talking about a soccer coach that now authorities believe has also been involved in other incidents. We earlier talked to the family of the 13-year-old boy who obviously wants more answers. They understand that these
The subject shown above is being investigated for crimes against children. The Los Angeles Police Department is looking for any additional victims. If you have any information, does he touching little kids? And this one's about to tell, so he murdered them. 43-year-olds Mario Eduardo Garcia Aquino.
Answers won't bring their beloved son back, but it will bring them closer to that closure they so desperately need. We want to show you the 43-year-old man that the district attorney says is responsible for the death of 13-year-old Oscar Omar Hernandez.
Yeah, he changed. Look at his picture. He looked like he looked like he could be his own father now.
43-year-old soccer coach Mario Garcia Aquino has been charged with murder in connection to the death of this 13-year-old boy found dead in Oxnard. The timeline, they say that on March 28th, he was actually killed in Lancaster. That's where they believe his soccer coach Mario Garcia Aquino lives. LAPD says 13-year-old Oscar Omar Hernandez was reported missing Sunday. His family telling us the teen actually boarded a Metrolink train to meet his coach in Lancaster, but the boy never returned, and only limited messages were sent from Oscar's phone to family members until it went completely dark. Oscar Omar's body was found last Wednesday on the side of the road in Oxnard in a remote area near McGarth State Beach. And this was, of course, a joint operation with multiple agencies to include the FBI.
So did the boy meet him out there for like some sexual encounter and then he killed him? Or did he tell him to meet him there for that? They phones probably pinged together. Unless he cut off his phone, then they probably like, your phone pinged at the same time on the same tower as him. You was with his ass. These people never think. They're criminals. They don't think, right? Thank God they don't.
Family just now wanting answers at this point. We have not been told the cause of death and what circumstances led up to his death, though District Attorney Nathan Hodgman says justice will be served. Take a listen.
It doesn't happen overnight. You have to actually go through all the different parts of an investigation before you ever get to an arrest warrant. You know, we want, in every single case, we want justice to be as speedy as possible, but we got to get it right. And we have to make sure that at the time we end up charging someone, we have the evidence to prove it.
They probably, just speculation, if they find other victims of being sexual assault, molested, they're going to say, look, he got a history of it. These victims kept quiet because he said he was going to kill him, or why did you keep quiet? Because he said he was going to hurt my mom and dad. And then boom, that's what he did to the other boy. Now, if they don't find any other victims, then his defense is going to be probably, I'm his soccer coach. I loved him. I loved all the kids. Why would I do this? Yeah, he tried to meet up with me, but he left. I didn't do this, which a jury still probably would convict his ass to the court, but it's still reasonable doubt there. But if they can find other victims, ain't no reasonable doubt. You tried to do this to this kid, and he was like, no, and you killed him.
So when we filed and got the arrest warrant on the earlier case, he was actually arrested, and unfortunately he had committed this case as well.
Oh, they already had him on another case?
I was in shock. I didn't believe it because, I just saw him like on that same week. He was a good person. He was really funny. He was sweet. He always had a smile on his face.
And those were his friends speaking out at the vigil. Just a heart-wrenching situation here. If convicted, Aquino could be facing the possibility of parole for murder. We're talking about life without the possibility of parole.
Oh, she said that wrong for a second. I'm about to be like, what?
To the death penalty. We will continue to see if we can talk to the family here who is still inside at the press conference that's actively going on. Reporting live from downtown Los Angeles, Luz Delia Caballero, KCAL News.
All right, let us know if you do, Luz Delia. Thank you.
So, we started looking into this last week when we started to hear rumors that the suspect had been taken into custody. And you're right, it was for that February 2024 case. And I want to show you some images of the suspect again that was at the press conference today. And while we talk about that, Sheriff Robert Luna, as well as the DA's office, says this happened February 22nd of 2024. The sheriff says the suspect befriended a family that had a 16-year-old son, likely through his soccer programs that we have mentioned as him being a coach for a traveling soccer team. The DA and the sheriff accused him right there of assaulting that 16-year-old boy.
You have to be careful. Like, not only do you got to be careful of any teachers and it's just anybody in general, even like a regular coach out of school is like, come on, they out there. Usually people don't shit where they eat, poop where they eat for seeing. But if they got it traveling, you got to check the coach. You got to be sure your child know what to tell you. Listen, if somebody say they're going to kill all of us, I'm going to fuck. If they say they're going to burn the house down, you tell me, call me, and I'll be there wherever y'all at. You got to check the parents because, parents like volunteer to be chaperones and stuff. You got to check all them. You got to check those traveling churches. You got to check all of those. That's always, they at hotels. They friendly with them. Ha, ha, ha. They might be sharing a room. Nobody watching them. They stand at a hotel and leaving. Nah, you got to watch that.
The exact charge is assault with intent to commit rape. Now, we asked the DA why the time between February 2024 and now did it take for them to file charges in that case. That's where you heard him say, this is what it takes. We have to make sure we get everything right. Things don't always happen overnight. One thing I do want to point out, you guys, when we were going through the court records here for this 2024 case, you heard the DA, if you watched the news conference a little while ago, you heard the DA reference that they got a warrant and then were able to place him under arrest. The warrant was not applied for, and he was not taken into custody until the day the boy's body was found. Now, the sheriff of the LAPD said that while sheriff's detectives were investigating that alleged 2024 assault, that's when they started communicating with Foothill detectives, learning about the missing persons case. That's how robbery homicide got involved in this. But again, that February 2024 alleged sexual assault of that 16-year-old boy was not filed on. The arrest warrant was not filed for until they found this boy's body last week, guys.
And they probably couldn't. It sounds crazy. I know his parents going to be like, if y'all would have took him into custody, this would have never happened. He would have never been out. But they had no proof. And he sexually assaulted somebody from a year ago, and the kid's coming out with it, but we need more than that. We need evidence. We're trying to get it. They're looking for other sexual assault victims. And in his mind, he's probably out sexual assaulting other kids. But this kid, he thinks going to tell or something. Or I don't know what happened, but speculation, it got out of hand, or the kid wasn't going to be quiet. And he killed him. He in his mind, he probably know I got an open case. They looking for a reason to arrest me. Ain't no way if this kid go back from a whole different county and place and say I did it too. Now you got a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old. Boom, they're going to apply for my arrest. Even if they would have called and found out he was under investigation for another sexual assault and they would have still applied for it. It just so happened that he murdered it. Like, oh, I can't take the risk, and I'm taking this kid out, and it is sad. And I know the parents, they're going to be like, nah, you should have arrested him. But what did they have? They probably just had suspicion, accusation, strong suspicion. But if they didn't have enough, now we found out they had pictures and text, then it'd be different. But if it was just an accusation and the detective is like looking for it, and I don't know, but I'm sure that won't be good enough for the parents. They just going through different emotions right now. But logically, the cops are like, what you want me to do? Like, we can't take the risk of arresting the wrong person and putting them on trial and changing their life. Even just the scent of that would ruin his career. Even if he found not guilty, he was arrested for it. His career is gone. In this case, it just so happened 1 out of 100. Hey, yeah, he was actually doing it, and he murdered the next kid. That shit's sad, but man, what can you say? Let me know what you think, Cave Dwellers. Like, share, subscribe. You agree, disagree? You think they should have been able to pick him up before, or you agree like, hey, it's messed up, but they need it. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. This was the burning bush that told everybody, oh, he is guilty of this. Now they're going to go back and boom. Let me know what y'all think, cave dwellers. Enjoy your day. There's too many kids out there. There's just too many stories of little kids, and it's usually about the damn parents. Let me know. Protect your kids. No, let them know. Don't be going out there. This 13-year-old. And then we got to look at the parents, right? I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of shit. You got to look at the parents. How did this 13-year-old get on a metro train or somewhere without the parents even knowing? Or did they think he was going somewhere else? Or did they trust him to meet the coach? Who knows? Let me know, man.